In the exciting world of boxing and mixed martial arts, there are rare fighters who not only stepped into the ring or octagon, but emerged victorious in every fight. They have built such legendary reputations that myths and legends have grown up around their names, passed down from generation to generation. Today, we will be looking at those who not only won titles, but also remained undefeated until the very end of their careers, leaving an indelible mark on the history of the sport. Let's start with an iconic figure, Jeremiah Butler. Although the general public may follow in his footsteps, his name is familiar to those who are interested in boxing history. This unique boxer remained undefeated throughout his entire professional career, racking up 24 wins, 18 of which were knockouts. Hailing from New York City, Butler fought in the turbulent 1930s, when the sport was filled with both the brutal and noble struggle for survival. Of course, when talking about undefeated, you can't forget to mention the legendary Floyd "Money" Mayweather. He looks like a living legend, with an astonishing record of 50 wins and no losses. Floyd Mayweather is known not only for his unique defensive style, but also for his ability to anticipate his opponent's every move and respond with lightning-fast precision. Outside of his name, he is referred to by many as the greatest of all time, and his illustrious career, which includes victories over famous champions such as Oscar de la Hoya, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and Manny Pacquiao, is ample evidence of this. We move on to another great champion, Rocky Marciano, the only heavyweight in history to retire undefeated. With an unblemished record of 49 wins, 43 of which came by knockout, he held the title from 1952 to 1956. His rugged strength and courage in the ring were legendary, despite his relatively small stature of just 179 centimeters in height, which gave his punches incredible power. Now we move into the world of mixed martial arts and talk about Khabib Nurmagomedov, who has become a true symbol of invincibility in the octagon. His record is 29 wins without a loss, and his nickname the Eagle from Dagestan reminds us of his indomitable nature. Khabib has earned well-deserved respect as one of the greatest fighters in UFC history thanks not only to his record, but also to his dominant wrestling style, discipline, and incredible resilience on the way to the top. His victory over Conor McGregor in 2018 became a significant part of the annals of the sport. You can't forget about Joe Calzaga. The Welshman has long flown under the radar, but his 46-fight unbeaten record, with 32 wins coming via knockout, speaks for itself. Calzaga rose to the top of the super middleweight and light heavyweight divisions, making his mark on boxing with wins over the likes of Chris Eubank, Roy Jones Jr., and Bernard Hopkins. His achievements highlight his toughness and skill in the ring. How did these fighters remain undefeated? It's not just physical strength that matters here, it's mental strength as well. It's a combination of natural talent, strict discipline, and well-thought-out strategy. Take the undefeated Mayweather, who remains an icon in the boxing world. His defensive style is more than just striking technique, it's a whole philosophy, the art of avoiding hits that is astounding in its perfection. And what about Khabib? This guy, with his unique complex skill set, brought a completely new, innovative fighting style to MMA, whose roots are deep in the traditions of Sambo and Judo. Each of their appearances in the arena was thought out to the smallest detail. Pay attention to their training process. Monotonous, grueling training, repeated day after day, shaped their unrivaled endurance and steely will. They underwent tough tests that prepared them not only physically, but also mentally. Rocky Marciano, for example, is known for his rigorous training regimen, in which even the slightest deviation was strictly not allowed. Legend has it that he mercilessly beat the punching bag to such a state that his hands literally refused to serve him. These harsh training sessions tempered his spirit and body. The fact that these fighters were undefeated does not mean that they did not have to face serious competition. Many of their fights were extremely intense, causing maximum nervous tension for both themselves and the audience. For example, in his match against Oscar de la Hoya, Mayweather had to show all his skill and put in a tremendous effort to win on points. And Khabib? His fight with Justin Gaethje for the UFC lightweight title proved to the whole world his incredible endurance and resilience. These were not just fights, but real tests of spirit. Think about the impact these fighters have on fans. How their victories inspire millions of people around the world. Their example makes us believe that anything is possible. These fighters break stereotypes and overcome barriers, inspiring us to follow their dreams and showing that with perseverance and self-belief, you can achieve the incredible. Undefeated champions become icons, role models, idols whose legacies go far beyond sports. They forever change the lives of those who look up to them, absorbing their greatness. And how do they perceive their achievements? Mayweather has often stated that his secret is absolute focus on the goal and the pursuit of excellence. Khabib emphasized the importance of respect for the opponent and belief in one's strength and one's mental and physical readiness. Each of their fights is a separate story, in which victory begins long before the bell sounds. This shows that true victory lies not only in the result in the ring, but also in the invisible work that they put in every day. Each of these fighters ended their careers on their own terms, avoiding defeat and maintaining an unassailable status as champions. Their stories remind us of the importance of perseverance, patience, and self-belief. In a world where everyone can face failure, they were able to remain on the winner's pedestal without giving up their positions. Their resilience and determination to be the best will forever be an example to many. This is the magic of sports that stays with us forever. These stories are a legacy left for future generations. Who knows, maybe right now a new fighter is growing up who will do the impossible and remain undefeated, following in the footsteps of the greats. But for now, we honor the great champions of the past and present who forever changed the history of boxing and MMA, immersing us in an atmosphere of amazing victories and human resilience.